Hey, what's up everybody? DDL44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so doing a little laundry today. It's a little gloomy again, looks like it's about to rain, but I feel really relieved, I guess it's the word, because I know exactly what's on my card for the cash relief. So it should not be a problem for me to extract all of the funds that I need to pay for this unit for the next week. And given that the cash account is as it is, I should be able to pay for my hotel at the end of the week if for some reason I'm still here and haven't found a place. But this week can be put into trying to find a place. So 313 is on there, not including what's on there for the food. So, you know, it's not great money, but it's what I need. So I'm going to be thankful for it. I'll probably still need help from the family for the short term, unfortunately, with what they're doing, but at least I have some income. So, you know, we count our blessings and we feel thankful that we at least have a path to what we need. Because at the end of earlier in the week, when they meaning T-Mobile extracted the money from my account, it looked like I was gonna have to ask my uncle for more money this week to pay for this hotel coming up, but that will not be needed because the cash process has gone through and I got my GR. So that's what I just checked right now to see what the balance was, and it was more than I thought. So I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, I'm just happy I did my art for my playlist. I thought it was a little better art than what I had been doing. I think I told you guys this morning I made like 3 playlists in a row in these last 3 days because I took a week off from doing any playlists. So there was 1 playlist done from last week's new music and 2 done from this week's new music. So I've been having it so that I get up at like 3:30 in the morning 2 days in a row, and so I ended up going back to sleep after I finished eating breakfast again. I don't want to get in the habit of that, but that's just what it's been. And I woke up about 11:30. Was a little melancholy, I guess is the word, but I got up and prayed a little bit, felt a lot better, and then proceeded to do this laundry. So that'll be done in like 20 minutes. I figured I'd just make a video to kind of kill some time between now and when I get the clothes out of the dryer. So yeah, man, that's relief. Relief is the feeling, man. I've been waiting on this for a long time, and I've just been praying so very much this today that I don't do anything that sets me back going forward. I want to take all the steps necessary to find myself a place now that is possible. I want to get back into doing art. I felt a little motivated to do some art. I just haven't done it, but I got all the stuff here, of course. And you know, it's just one of those situations where you just feel. I feel like the weather out there. That's how my vibes are. It's gloomy. I feel gloomy. And it just feel. You know, it's just one of those situations where you gotta keep your faith. You know, that's what it really comes down to. The Lord has come through so much in my life, but that's not what I'm asking Him to do. You know, my frustration is what I keep seeing, with what I keep seeing on my phone, man. They keep killing kids, and we keep seeing worse and worse images. Today was one of the worst days for that, if not the worst day, where they just slaughtered a bunch of kids at school, man. And I'm just sitting here like, that's not even a school right now. It's a refugee spot. And then they bombed another refugee spot. It's just like, yo, who is supposed to be stopping these people? And why is it that nothing is being done? And then you realize, as I said this morning in my little therapy session, that they're trying to provoke us to attack them ourselves, so that then from there, we can lose our freedoms. We can find ourselves in a situation where we're now having martial law in our streets and putting up all types of censorships that would not otherwise be precedented in normal circumstances. It's like I see that's what this could be about, and one of many functionalities of this problem. It's like, yo, let's provoke them to riot, and then from there we'll have even more control over them that they would otherwise not be able. You know, we could make this more of a dictatorship on us all over the world. Leaders who are tied in, locked in with one another by way of their silence, who can clearly see they're complicit with one another. Everybody who isn't talking is on board with this bull crap. And it's like, well, that's one functionality of what they would all agree to. It's like, yo, you do some horrible stuff, make them see it in their phones, they uprise, they tear stuff up, and then we put in our martial law. We put down our foot in certain ways that would never be acceptable if not for mass uprising. and mass rioting and mass attacking of military personnel and stuff like that. They want us to go that route. They want people to wild up and wild out. And I just know that that is something that we end up losing in the end about. And I just read somewhere that the festival that Israel said that Hamas attacked on the 7th of October, they have now come out with their investigation and said that it was not attacked by Hamas, that Hamas didn't even know about it. Now, I don't know how credible the source is. You know what I mean? People lie. Even people on your side will lie. You know what I mean? So we don't know how credible what is being said is. But from what I understand, that is what's being reported right now. And so take that for what it's worth. From what I understand, according to that report, Hamas didn't attack the festival, whatever the name of that festival was, on the 7th. It was an Israeli helicopter that attacked its own people. That's what is being said. So far be it from me to believe that Israel would investigate anything they did and then proceed to tell us that it wasn't Hamas. So I have my doubts, I guess you can say, about the credibility of that. But I felt it's worth saying. An inside job is what I always knew it was, regardless if this is what they're bringing out or not. It's obvious. They wanted to kill these people. That's all it was. They wanted to kill these people, and they wanted everything that's supposed to trickle down from that to fall into place as well. And their allies and the agreeables and everybody who's involved has their own agenda in regards to how they want this to go. And it just is what it is, man. You find yourself frustrated. When I was making my playlist art, I was just sitting there saying, God, where are you at? Thank you for coming through in my life, but when are you going to come through for what's going on in this world? It makes people frustrated that believe deeply. You start questioning your faith when you look and see what's going on there, and it just keep on happening. They know that you're watching, and I think that's the functionality of it. It's supposed to make you question your faith, or turn against God and believe that they're gods and be fearful of them, and then do what they say, and then continue to make them richer and richer and richer, and they could take all the money that you do that with and create more of this chaos and whatever else they have in their mind. And so, no, this conglomerate of agreeables who are controlling the world, they got to come out of where they at. They're gonna have to come down, step down, every single place they are. They're gonna have to be uprooted and then held accountable for what it is that they've allowed, not only in this atrocity, but probably countless others that they've all agreed to let one another do. And at this point, I'm just understanding it's going to take a long time, because it's going to take a lot of people finding ways to first take that control back somehow, and then educate themselves well enough to be able to sit in those seats themselves. And if they control the education, if they control the healthcare, if they control everything, then it's going to take a very long time. You know what I mean? It's going to take a very long time. And we may not have a very long time. Not to mention, half of these idiots have nuclear bombs that they could blow the whole world up if they choose to. So it's just a lot that you consider, and you say, where's God at? We need him to show up. Thank you for showing up in my personal life. But with the affairs of the world and how bleak everything looks, I don't have an outlook for a happy life. I don't have an outlook for a safe life for the generation ahead. If I want to have kids and some family, I don't see a happy outlook for them. You know what I mean? No, not with what I'm seeing happening. It's the next however many decades is going to be spent trying to undo how these Zionists are lodged into everything in the world. You know, it's going to take a while, I'd imagine. And they every damn where. And so it's one of those situations where you just feel bleak about what a happy life looks like. You feel bleak, not necessarily in your own life, but it's like it ain't the same world we're in anymore. We're not in the dark about this matrix, so to speak. Now we understand that a lot of what keeps this world going is evil in nature. And it ain't just something that's in a book. We're seeing them being complicit with the killing of 10,000, 11,000, how many people has been? Half of them being children. Just because of their looks and their race and their credence in some book telling these particular folks that they have a right to their land, even though they don't at all, because they're not actually who they say they are. So that's really what it comes down to. I was reading the Bible this morning, and it said something along the lines of Israel, and it just dawned on me, like, that's why they have so much support. Actually, it didn't just dawn on me, but it's just the understanding. That's why they have so much support. Because they're named Israel. They're named Israel. I'll show y'all exactly what I read. I'll read it right now. Probably make us all feel better. Psalm 53. A fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt and their ways are vile. There is no one who does good. God looks down from heaven on the sons of men to see if there's any who will understand, any who seek God. Everyone has turned away. They have together become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one. Will the evildoers never learn? Those who devour my people as men eat bread, those who devour my people as men eat bread, and who do not call on God. There they were, overwhelmed with dread, where there was nothing to dread. God scattered the bones of those who attacked you. You put them to shame, and God despised them. Oh, the salvation for Israel will come out of Zion. When God restores the fortune of his people, let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad. So them naming themselves Israel speaks to them thinking, and many thinking, that they are the ones who's supposed to be glad, when it's actually these are the same people that he's talking about, and Israel is likely the ones that they are attacking. And we're going to find out the Palestinian people are who's actually probably God's chosen people. Probably the original Hebrews are probably right there, and they know it. That's what I've come to think. That's what I've come to think. Why do they hate them so much? Why do they hate them so much? Why do they hate people of color so much? It's because they know something about ourselves that they've hidden from us. Hebrews and Negroes taught us that. But why do they hate them people so much specifically? Why do they target their land specifically? Yeah, they needed their own new world after Hitler did whatever Hitler did, even though from what I understand, Hitler was half Jew any damn way. So for all I know, that was an inside job too. And I know a lot of you ain't gonna want to hear that, but you better look around and see that a lot of what they were doing back then is still carrying over to now. So if you think that they were above killing their own people, look around. It's exactly what we're saying they did. Hitler was probably one of them. So this is one of them situations where I'm like, all right, buddy. Start putting two together in regards to what you're seeing biblically. You start thinking, these are probably the original Hebrews they're attacking. These are probably those people. They're trying to erase them from the earth. Why would they be so invested in erasing them from the earth? Why would they be so invested in taking their land in the first place? So invested. It just makes you wonder. And most of the people that they're killing are kids. Most. They're attacking schools. I heard they bombed a graveyard. They stealing bodies from different places. Like, it's like this is all devilish, demonic energy. This ain't got nothing to do with land. Not at its core. It ain't got nothing to do with just them trying to get back at something. No, this is they're doing sorcery. They're doing all types of evil stuff, like real wicked stuff right now. And so I just want people to understand why I'm down. It ain't because of what's going on in my life. Things have actually improved in my life. But I'm looking at these energies and I'm just like, where is God, man? When are you going to start getting on these people for what they're doing? When are you going to strike them so hard to make them understand who you are? Because at this point, they're traumatizing the entire world. I wake up in the morning and I see this in my phone every day for the last 45 days. And I don't even have the right to feel bad about myself and my trauma because they're actually doing this to people. The traumatizing of their children over there. We talk about PTSD. What's PTSD to them? When they deal with this type of carnage their entire lives, every morning, every night. It ain't just been for the last 45 days. It's been for the last 75 years. So what the hell is PTSD? You know what I mean? To somebody who has to live in the realities of what it is I'm seeing in my phone. It's depressing, man. It's depressing. It's frustrating, and that it continues to happen, and it just continues to get worse and worse. You look at the censoring that's taking place. They're trying to take down anybody who's talking about them. You got Elon Musk coming out, who I have on my prayer list. I'm not going to take him off of there because the Lord told me a long time ago, whether someone's right or wrong, that's not up for you to not pray for them if you've already been praying for them just because they're engaging in evilness. There's a lot I can do with your prayers. You fight fire with grace. But Elon Musk is coming out basically saying that we ain't got a right to say certain phrases that are attached to that because we're talking about the promotion of genocide. It's like we're watching the people you're protecting by saying this commit genocide. And that's fine. But us saying that we want to see things change in so many different phrases is wrong. And that promotes violence. The violence that they're actually engaging in. But see, it's not about that. It's about who you see as a human being. Violence toward Israel is inhumane in these people's eyes. Violence toward Palestine, it's like spraying raids on rant. It's like spraying raid on ants. And so for me, it's just like I don't have selective humanity, and I'm sick of people who do have selective humanity telling me what morality actually is. You know, I'm sick of them trying to define by way of their power struggle what is okay and what is not okay, who can be terrorized and who can be seen as a conqueror, and all types of different applications of what is otherwise wrong in their eyes. Moving the goalposts for different types of people. Saying, well, this is fine, but that is not fine, when that is clearly far worse than this. It just gets to a point where it's like, how about we look around and say, yo, we all have children? I don't have no kids, but you know what I'm saying? We all have kids in our lives that we are responsible for taking care of. And these people are destroying kids right before our very eyes. At some point in time, your little power games and what you're trying to do to keep your business going has to at least acknowledge that what you're seeing is horrifying, and that the people who are patronizing you are witnessing this and are traumatized by it. People who are watching what you're doing, we're traumatized by what we're seeing. And when you come out here and say, well, you know, you can't say from this to that, because if you say this to that, then you're promoting violence. It's the people who are doing that are promoting the violence, and we're being traumatized by it in our phones. So when we want to boycott your businesses, when we want to end the rewards program with your business and all this different type of stuff, it is because you've underestimated our willingness to sit here and watch you select who you want to treat as a human being and who you don't. And every time I look at one of these evil individuals hitting us with any type of retort, it has to do with, well, they're over there did something, as opposed to them saying, yeah, we did something and we standing on it. No, it's like, well, they're just as bad, be honest. This is just as bad, be honest. It's that type of stuff. And it's like, yo, stop appealing to my ability to measure who's doing what and when. Can we just focus on you right now when you're doing the worst things in the world? Don't tell me about this, that, and the third. Don't tell me about what I benefit from. We're looking at you. We can attack this circumstance right afterward. But for now, can we stop killing some kids? You know, or they want to appeal to our sensibility and selfishness. Well, you a black person. If you was a black person, you would think different. You know, or they don't care nothing about you. They love this one right here. They ain't doing nothing to support you. Why do you care? It's like, I'm not interested in what everybody else is doing. I'm not interested in who you choose to look at and say they're not supporting me. I can look around and find people who will support me in their group. If I go around and ask for enough help, I'll get it. I don't need you, who's not supporting anybody, who's definitely trying to attack them, tell me that they wouldn't support me if I was in the same situation. I've seen Palestinian people support black people, and even if I hadn't, I wouldn't be sitting there using that as a measuring stick or whether or not I think their children should be dying. So enough of that. Stop trying to appeal to my sense of selfishness. I'm not you, is essentially what I say to those type of individuals. Only you care about you while other people are sitting there suffering at the hands of your people. Sitting up here, I see a march for Israel in Israel about their hostages. Your country has killed 7,000 children, and you sit up there marching for yourself. It's just that's the type of stuff. It just brings your whole mood down when you consider this is what's going on in this world. And there's no solution for it that will bring any peace to your mind or to your circumstance. It just helps you understand that a lot of people have been indoctrinated in a propaganda that makes it so that they don't see certain people as human beings. And as they do live this way and think this way, they expect for you to actually align with that bullcrap, because that's how crazy what it is that they believe in actually is. It's absolutely insane. It doesn't add up. And there's something wrong with it, to say the least. And so that's what's on my heart right now. That's what I wanted to get out of it. I'm frustrated by that. I'm sick of looking at kids dying in my damn phone every day. Every day for the last month and a half, I have seen countless dead children. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we even talking about, man? I've been on this earth for 39 years. I never had to say nothing, think like that. I never even thought of nothing like that before this. But now, over the last 45 days, it's every single day. Every single day. And the images are getting worse and worse, more graphic, more disgusting is the word. Just horrible carnage, man, every day. So that's what I want to say, man. I'm sick of being traumatized by these idiots who believe that they are more important humans than other human beings, who believe that children, because they are of a certain heritage and skin color, should not be protected, should be annihilated, but for fear of their own bullcrap. Well, they can't let them grow up because they're going to grow up to be Hamas. We can't let you continue because you're going to continue to kill kids. That's my attitude. I don't care nothing about saving you from anything. You are the terrorist. You need to be neutralized, as far as I can tell. That's where we at with that. Sitting up here saying, well, we got to, children, they're going to grow up. There's no innocence over there. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just because you're insane don't mean that everybody else going to align with your insanity, man. So the fact that no one has the ability, for whatever set of reasons or circumstances that I don't understand, to hold these people accountable and at least acknowledge that this is wrong on a powerful scale, just helps me understand just how thick their agreement is and how unwavering they are in allowing each other's secrets to be kept by one another. That's all that really tells me. That Israel is nestled firmly in control of things that keep their infrastructures going, and if they were to do anything to disrupt that, they would likely fall and wouldn't have voices their damn selves. And I'm just saying, well, let it fall to the ground if we're going to have to keep watching them do this to every single nation they decide they want to annihilate. And eventually it's going to come meet you at your doorstep if you ain't figured that out yet. All these different things that you want to keep going, you let these people get more powerful and they're going to kill off all your customers. And if you ain't figured that part out yet, then you're going to find out the hard way. But don't think for 1 second they're just going to stop here. No, anybody that says anything about them, they're going to try to silence them just like they're trying to do here. And they're only going to be more powerful if you let them continue this. So all of you agreeables that think you're going to continue to keep your power, believe me, they're going to take it from you when they're done doing this. Whatever power you think you have, they're going to keep it. And as far as all these celebrities that ain't speaking up, I mean, I don't think this can really happen without your compliance. A lot of y'all who are sitting there worried about yourselves or just think it's hopeless because they're so nestled comfortably everywhere, anywhere. Well, that's what we need to undo if we're going to ever free you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really comes down to. If you ever want your damn freedom, you certainly can't let your oppressors remain powerful. And you certainly can't cower just because they're doing all types of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're killing everybody over there. Okay, you think they're not going to turn their attention to you if they need to? They will turn their attention to you too. And so what protects you from that is not your compliance and allowing them to do it. It's you using what it is that they otherwise don't want you to use, your voice and your platforms, against that nonsense. And the fact that there's so many people complicit with that in today's world is going to tumble forward to a horrible reputation and memory and history of all of them. 2023 was full of celebrities that didn't want to say nothing about something that was so horrible for fear of their own backsides, fear of their own hides. And we will definitely put that in the books. So that's really where I'm at, man. I'm on the right side of history regardless if these people are too powerful to fall or not. I don't give a damn. I don't care. You killed kids. I don't give a damn if you can do whatever you want to do everywhere in the world. What you're not going to do is control this head and this mouth. You're not going to do that. Not as long as I'm breathing. I'm going to use every aspect of my voice and every aspect of what I can to educate, or at least inform rather, others of what it is that I've seen, because I know a lot of them ain't seen it, because I know they've been paying attention to what you want them to watch. And so that's really what it is. They're trying to silence anybody who's talking about free Palestine. They're trying to silence any accounts that are basically exposing what we understand to be the truth about what's happening here. And that, my friends, does not protect these children. It protects those who are doing it. And that, in case people are confused about that, is wrong. So that's what I have to say, man. I'm sick of up being down, down being up in this weird dystopian ass world we're in, where everybody loves a buck over the responsibility of their own last name to protect children. We're gonna remember every last one of y'all, man. Y'all were terrible. Y'all gonna you're gonna be slotted right next to the worst tyrants and the worst people that ever lived because of what you allowed here when you knew you were watching it. You knew what was going on and you wouldn't use your platforms, you wouldn't use your voices. But you feared these people. But what about those kids' fear? What about those people who have been terrorized by these individuals? And you just sat there cowardice, the whole lot of you? What if you would have used all your voices collectively? How much power would they have if everybody turned on them? You know what I'm saying? How would the world look if their celebrities would have came out after week 2? Every last one of them say, yo, we're bound by our contracts, but we don't give a crap about that. We want these kids to stop being killed. How much would they still have right now? Are they gonna tear all y'all up at once? They're gonna send all of y'all away, gonna void all y'all contracts at once? They'd be too busy trying to protect themselves from what it is that's coming at them, for which you never forced them to, because you always stayed in their back pocket, nestled afraid of what they would take from you. So that's what I got to say to all you celebrities and all you billionaires and all you millionaires that wouldn't say anything when you know damn well you were watching just as much of this crap in your phone as I was. So that's what I have to say, man. I'd rather be in this position right here than to be somebody like them with all that they have and afraid or don't care enough to use their mouth when children are being terrorized by monsters with a lot of power. And far be it from me to know what true poverty is, for which a lot of these celebrities are afraid to fall into. Maybe they come from that. I get that. But you should have been using what you could. You should have been using what you could to speak up and speak out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all afraid to go back to the dumps, but a lot of y'all deserve to be there because of y'all complicit nature in regards to allowing these people that you consider your bosses, your superiors, and your gods to kill kids. And that's how I look at you, as people who worship Israel. You worship them. You worship them because you allowed them to do the most despicable thing and you did nothing to stop it. So that's what I got to say, man. That is what's on my heart today. We ain't talking about the same old stuff. Not today. This is me being frustrated about the same thing that's been going on for the last 45 days. And counting as they continue to massacre small children just because of their race. My name is BDL44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.